Hi again. My name is Rebel and I'm the Rebel Reseller. And today I'm going to be doing my what sold video, which will be for a while back, more than a week ago, but it was Monday through Thursday, October 14th through the 17th. And y'all, I'm late on these because on Thursday, earlier in the week, last week, I went to the dentist and complained about a tooth. I've already done 2 root canals on it trying to save it, and it was hurting again. So they decided it was time. Quit wasting money on it and let's just get it pulled and we'll go from there. So Thursday, I got my tooth pulled. And you know Murphy's Law, whatever can go wrong will go wrong. And that's what happened to me. For some reason, my blood decided not to clot. And it was hours and hours of them stitching me and putting in clotting agents and just a whole, literally one of the workers for 2 hours sat just pressing on it, trying to get it to stop. And I'm swollen. I'm very sore. I didn't talk for 2 days because I had to keep pressure on it for 24 hours. And yesterday my voice was totally hoarse, like from, I don't know, the trauma, but also probably just not talking. So finally, today it's Sunday and I'm getting my video done. But yeah, what a disaster. What a disaster. But nevertheless, I survived it. I'm doing much better. Still some pain, but I'm doing much better. So I thought I'd get this video done and share my solds. I have a lot of sales on eBay. If you're new to my channel, eBay is it for me, my primary it. But I do cross list using List Perfectly to Poshmark, Mercari, and Etsy. Ever since the changes with Poshmark, even since way back with the Poshmark lives, my sales have just not been what they should be. And I'm throwing my hands in the air. I do think finally today I got Ambassador, but it's not showing up on my stats yet, but it says I've met the requirements. And Mercari's dead. Mercari's dead. Maybe hopefully they'll take heed of Poshmark changing back to the old ways, and maybe they will too. I don't know. But I did have a sale on Mercari, Poshmark, and Etsy, but Etsy has really picked up for me. All in all, I think when I look at my List Perfectly sales and analytics, like in the last 30 days, I was like $630 on there. So I'm very happy with, how it's going. I think it's a fourth quarter thing. I think by January, I'll probably go back to letting all of my listings, expire at the end of their 4-month stint, and then I'll wait again. But we'll see. Maybe it'll keep going and I'll continue to do that. But I've never been impressed with my sales after fourth quarter. So it's just, we'll see. Nothing else, I think, to talk about right now. I know I see lots of posts about sales are very, very down for a lot of people right now. But yeah, I'm seeing so many changes on the app, the eBay app, and, even on the desktop. They added this tool for our sales performance, which it's not accurate because when I compare it to the performance on the desktop, not even close. So they spent some time doing that. My unsold page has changed. I set up my pages how I like them. I don't want to know, how many watchers I have, how many views I've had. I don't care about that information. So I remove that. You can use the custom button to remove things that you don't want. They keep changing it back. Every time I turn around, I'm having to take that information off. And then the screens always seem a little bit different. So they're messing with stuff. I don't know why they keep doing this during fourth quarter, but they are again. And, it is what it is. Just keep doing the things that you can do. to keep you, stay active, send offers, accept offers, do end and sell similar. I think, run sales, that type of stuff. And, hopefully it will, if not, at least be a little bit consistent. Maybe we'll start seeing some of the work pay off that we've all been doing leading up to fourth quarter. Something else I was going to say, but I've already forgotten. Oh, help me out with the YouTube algorithm. If you're liking my content, please give me a thumbs up, leave a comment, even if it's an emoji. It helps me get promoted out so that people who haven't seen me before might go ahead and start watching. We have lots of links and stuff down in the descriptions of different things that we use. And if you click on any of those links, I get a small commission, or I get something, from the different platforms as far as extra listings like on Etsy, that type of stuff. So, help a gal out, at least please give me a thumbs up and leave an emoji or a comment on my videos. All right, let's get to this. First thing to share with you is on Mercari. Funny thing is I just got a message the other day that said something went wrong with this shipment and it's on its way back to you. And then the next day I got a message saying the buyers received it, rate your buyer. So I don't know what was up with that, but thankfully I have so few sales on Mercari that I'm really glad that I didn't have to give a refund on this Sesame Street Abby Cadabby hat that sold for $9.75. All right, this is my one and only Poshmark sell. This was Disney's Hissy Cat plush that sold for $13. Oh, this was from, I guess, Puppy Dog Pals. Yeah, $13. And then my one sell on Etsy was this Mars Toys Pete Repeat Brown Bear. I think this was from the estate sale that we were able to go do a private pick with tons and tons of vintage plush. Hopefully I said everything I needed to say because Robert just came back in. But we'll just keep on keeping on. This was a nice sell. This was a Halloween witch doll from Dandy International. Been listed since before 2 years ago. So that's why that code up there, 2212, tells me that it was listed before January of last year. But when, don't know, quite sure. But it sold for the full asking price, well, the sale price, $39.56. All right, these were some Ariat youth size cowboy cowgirl boots, and they sold for $24.25. Y'all, they sat over in a pile of shoes forever, and I just decided I was going to grab them, clean up them a little bit, and then just get them listed, and they sold very, very quickly for me. All right, lots of jeans. These were Old Navy curvy profile jeans, sold for $13. Another very quick sell. Play School Familiar Places. These were two of the figures and one of the vehicles. There's different sets. There's a Holiday Inn set and there's a McDonald's set. And there's probably more, but those are the two that come to my mind right away. And they're all these little peg type people. And I pick them up anytime I can, just as replacements. And just these three pieces sold for $15. Fantastic Beasts. Got to just say no to most of them. I'm going to try, I'm going to have Robert put a pop-up when he gets to this point. I'm going to see what is actually selling in that line, because everything that I've picked up has just been kind of lackluster as far as dollar value. And it's probably something, unless there's something unique that sells for much better than this, that I'll probably just stay away from them. But this was Bow Truckle. I haven't watched it. And it sold for $7. It was very cute. It was in one of the bags that I got from the Red, White, and Blue in Connecticut. So, I paid $3.99 for the bag. And just this one item sold for $7. But there were lots of stuff in there. All right, this was a play-by-play little bear dressed as a clown out with a clown outfit. And again, another one of my really old listings that sold for $15. I'm very thrilled when the old stuff is selling. All right, this was something that we picked up when we were in Missouri this last time. I paid $10 for the two of them at a yard sale that we went to in Illinois, and they sold again very quickly for $40. Their added benefit of this lot for it selling this much was both of them had their bonnets that go with the outfit. If they had their booties, their little shoe things, I would have been able to get a lot more for them, but those are always missing. The other bad thing about this whole week is I've just not been able to drink as much water as I normally do, and my lips are paid the price. These are wild. This one is a wildlife artist prairie dog, and it sold for $8.96. Still listing and selling the bread and butter. Now, I'm of the mind, a lot of times I'll buy something and I think it's worth more, but it ends up being bread and butter. I'm not just going to donate it because it's only going to sell for, $8.96. I'm going to go ahead. I have it. As long as it's in good condition, I'm going to go ahead and list it. And they're selling. I know I'm doing better as far as sourcing, especially with the plush, on trying to get stuff that has better sell-through rates and lists for more. But, I still have the items that I'm going to always pick up. Loveys. A lot of them are bread and butter. I'm still going to pick them up. Some of the character toys, I'm just still going to pick them up. And even if it's just bread and butter, it's definitely very profitable, especially when they sell quickly. These were Michael Kors corduroy pant leggings. And again, took about 3 months to sell $15. Just picked this up at a yard sale. I want to say I paid $1 for just a couple of different things. This was Temptations by Tara. It was a chicken measuring spoon thing in purple. I thought about keeping it for myself, but I have several sets. I don't need another one, which I'm kind of glad because it sold very quickly for $20. This is a Hallmark Snoopy animated plush. It shakes and made giggling sounds, and listed it in January, and it's sold for $13.45. Boyd's Bear mini plush. This one was dressed in Christmas outfit, sold for $19.96. Definitely keep your eyes out for these little ones like this that are like 4 inches, but they have like the messages on sweatshirts. Some of them do very, very, very well. Thai Baby Ginger Brown Bear from 1996, sold for $8.96. Chibi Dino Dinosaur Plush from Flintstones. Oh, Dino, not Dino. Dino, 2022, sold for $8.96. Thai Pluffies Whiffer the Dog from 2002, sold for $17.95. All right, Wrangler, y'all. Don't poo-poo all the Wrangler because some of them do very well. These were Riggs workwear, men's carpenter jeans, and they sold for $35.71. Peanuts Gang Snoopy plush, like the nylon body, sold for $10. Again, it was another really old listing. Woolrich men's long sleeve shirt, something we picked up when we first started thrifting, and it finally sold $17.71. All right, New York Mets Shea Stadium plastic street sign. I think Robert picked this up. I'm not quite sure how much he paid for it. Comps ended up not being what he anticipated, and that happens. And it sold pretty quickly for us, and I took an offer of $13.57. Just listed this. Kids Preferred Pets Cat from 2000, sold very quickly, $22.45. Pier 1 Imports Moose Deer Plush, sold for $8.96. It was a puppet. Nanco, not my favorite brand, but Sometimes you just pick up stuff because of what it is. This was a hot pink colored pig with the black bow tie, sold for $9.86. But again, it was a very old listing. Classic baby Gap jean overalls. Spelt that wrong. Took a long time to sell. Finally sold them $12.01. Dakin Pillow Pets Black Bear Plush 17-inch. This was again an old listing. At this point, I would say just say no to bears. For the most part, I do make a few exceptions, and I wouldn't pick this up again. It took, yeah, over a year to sell. Right, I think this was in a bag of patterns that I picked up, and it's another one of those things. I didn't see anything quite like it on eBay at the time. So if you've got it, I'm going to go ahead and list it. And it sold for $17.95. Baby Gunned My First Doll. There was a time I used to pick up a lot of these and they sold very well for me. Not so much anymore. There's probably only a few, like the Eden Sleepy one. I'll continue to pick it up. But I will definitely check comps before I pick up most any others. This one sold, it took almost a year, $11.66. All right, Casper the Friendly Ghost hand puppets. These were from Pizza Hut, and the two of them sold for $18. Yay, I think this might actually be my best sell of the 4-day period. I don't remember where I got these from. I've had them listed for a very long time. I probably could have sold them quicker, some of them, if I had not done a lot. But this was an instant collection, and I was hoping fourth quarter somebody would want something like this. And I took an offer of $65 for the 5 strawberry shortcake fillies. Just had shown you guys this in a recent haul. This is Hobby Lobby. I like picking up most Hobby Lobby plush. This was a green dinosaur. Sold for $17.95. 24K Polar Puff little white bear plush. Been listed a while, but it's only 6 inches, sold for $15. All right, Toyorama Yellow Duck. It was non-working. It should have been musical, but it no longer did. I just make sure that I put stuff like that in my listing, totally disclose. If it had been working, I would put a video with it, but it wasn't. And it sold for $14. It'll make a cute little Easter centerpiece. Brentwood Originals Moshi Pink Pig Plush. These are the microbead plush, and this one sold for $18. Some of them do very, very well. This is Barefoot Dreams. I'm assuming it's the same as the clothing brand, but maybe they put out a plush line. I don't know. It sold for $20. This was another nice sell. Anytime I find these at the bins, especially when there's a bunch of them loose, I'm going to grab them. It is called Fisher-Price Flip Track Rail and Road playset. One side of the tracks looks like road, the other side looks like tracks. A lot of times I'll even pick up the cars and extra pieces just as replacements. This whole set sold at my full price of $59.95. There's also like a mountain. I don't know if I'd pick up a mountain set because it's going to be large, but you can still sell all the other parts to it. All right, this was in a recent haul. Marine Life Rescue Manatee plush on a stretcher, sold for $14. Applause Donald Duck little mini 6-inch plus plush. Sorry, my mouth is just a little swollen, so it doesn't want to quite form the letters the way I want. $12.11. The next two sales are for Sherry, so thanks again, Sherry. Sherry bought this Coleco Alf the Alien plush for $35.95 in a recent haul. And this one also was an Animal Adventure brown monkey plush for $22.45. So thanks again, Sherry. LEI women's bootcut jeans. I guess Ashley is the style. Sold for $15.01. I didn't say this at the beginning of my videos like I normally do, but when I say something sold for that amount, the buyer also paid shipping. I do not do free shipping on any of my platforms. Fisher Price 280 dollhouse. That's the number of the house. This was a vintage dollhouse that I picked up unassembled at a yard sale. I want to say I paid $5 for the box. It ended up not being complete, but I never intended on even trying to sell it complete because it's large and it's heavy. But I have been selling the pieces. This was just the chimney, sold for $9.50. Hollister women's cutoff jean skirt, sold for $13.51. All right, these next two were from a single buyer. They bought the Pier 1 Ironstone dinner plate in green for $9.86 and also the yellow for $9.86. All right, Pacific Rim Electric Skeleton Haunted House. I listed this last year in November, and it finally sold for a best offer of $35. I like picking up Halloween, Thanksgiving, definitely vintage Christmas, but sometimes it does take a while to sell. Picked these up at a recent yard sale. I want to say I either paid 50 cents or $1 each Tupperware piece. They just had a box of them. These two ice cube trays sold for $16.15. Very quick sale. Weatherproof vintage men's jeans. These were fleece lined and they sold for $17. 7 women's slim boot jeans sold for $13.51. Another quick sale. The brass. The brass did really, really well for us for a while, and then it's kind of just slowed way down. So I'm of the mind at this point, I made tons of profit on it when I initially was listing it. And now I'm just taking offers, as long as they're not ridiculous. And I went ahead and accepted $35 for these 3 pieces of pineapple looking pieces. Aurora Precious Moments Zelda the Zebra sold for $30. And I actually sold 2 M&Ms. Now the M&M plush that I'm going to show you were from the high bid estate sale that I won over 3 years ago. Bought lots and lots of advertising plush. And I'm down to, I want to say 4 or 5 baskets left of like 2/3 of a trailer full of plush and other stuff, and I took it at best offer of $7 for the cowboy. Now this was from my peanuts lot that I've been sharing with you guys. We went to a yard sale, picked up 5 totes of varying sizes full of all things peanuts, Snoopy specifically, a lot of it. And this was just one single curtain panel and it sold for $22. Just listed this and it sold very quickly for me. This is Carter's Child of Mine pink rabbit that said thank heavens for little girls, and it sold for $26.95. So definitely one to be looking for. Been listed about 6 months. This was a Pro Tour Performance pullover, shirt, jacket, something. Sold for $22.21. And this is why I use the List Perfectly AI Express Lister. This was listed before I did that, but I'm loving that it comes up with the right and correct words for me. All right, when I picked these up, it was in a doll lot of just stuff. Just sometimes when I'm at the bins or yard sales, if I see a bag of dolls or dollhouse stuff, I tend to pick it up if the price is right, of course. But I thought these were the little mini Barbies. Forget what they're called right now. Escaping my mind, but no, these were Thai little ones mini dolls, and they sold for $8.96. Kelly, that was the Barbie Kelly dolls. But no, look like them though, don't they? All right, another Carter's Lovey. Y'all loving the Loveys right now. This one just showed it in a recent haul. It is just one U giraffe Lovey, and it sold for $26.95. We went to, I think it was a church sale. I think so. And all of their clothes and shoes were like a Walmart size bag for $5. We ended up getting enough that would have filled like 4 bags. So we paid $20 for just a bunch of Clarks and Skechers were what they mostly were. And these sold very quickly for $15.95. All this, the summery stuff is still selling. Last 3, this brand Soft Dreams, I love picking it up. Just nice quality. This was a Christmas rattle plush in like the thermal waffle weave pattern, and it sold for $13.45. Something I showed in a recent haul bag. Pretty sure it was from the St. Louis bags. This is Disney Moana plush, and she sold for $10.49. When I say it's from the bins bags, we go to Goodwill outlets on a pretty regular basis. This year we've been to St. Louis, Connecticut, Nashville. So we like making these trips where I can buy a lot of plush at one time, and then I share the bags with you guys. I'm pretty sure this was from the St. Louis bags. If I didn't say, she sold for $10.49. This Nanco M&M yellow plush, larger size, 10-inch. This too was from the high bid estate sale, and it sold at my full asking price of $12.95. So what that means is I had just ended it, did sell similar, and it sold before my sale started. So, you know, I love when that happens, and it's been listed for so long. For something to sell at full price is amazing. All right, hope you guys enjoyed this. I'm feeling much better. I'm going to try to get some videos done this week so that I can share more of the stuff that we picked up from St. Louis, but also start in on the stuff that we picked up from Connecticut, because I think in the next couple of weeks we may go ahead and make a quick run to Nashville just to get some more stuff picked up. Try to go into some of the Goodwills out there and see if we can pick up some nicer clothes than what we can find around here, and just, you know, take a break, maybe even go see the Grand Ole Opry. For those of you who don't know and have stuck with me to the end here, I've never been to a concert. Never. All right, y'all, it's time to get to work. Bye.